Okay, so what we're doing here is I'm going to show you how I add line to my irrigation system. It's a rain water drip irrigation system, so it's a pretty cool system. It saves me a lot of time and I just love it. So this is me just tending to my tomatoes. I like to come outside and touch them, talk to them, give them nutrients, really see what the plant needs by touching it. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been growing so long that I could touch plants and tell what they need, if that makes sense. Anybody that's been growing for a long time understands what I'm talking about. These drip emitters, they drip out water from the main source to 50-gallon buckets that are connected to my downspout on my house for my rainwater. So we're catching free rainwater and then we're dripping it out here to the garden. And like I said, I love it. It saves me so much time. I don't have to come out here and hand water these plants anymore, which used to take me hours upon hours last year. Hauling the hose up and back and forth my yard is pretty good size, and I got a big hill in the back to have to haul it up and down. But this drip system allows me to grow plants on a hill. And it's pretty cool because I didn't see anybody else with a garden with a hill. So this is probably the first garden on a real hill, like a steep hill, and it's very possible. I've grown tons and tons and tons and tons of food on this garden last year on a hill. And I didn't even have a drip system then. I was just using regular water hose. But this year it's way more efficient with the drip system. Literally just cut it on and let it water the plants itself. And cut it back on. Oh, another thing about this system too, it has the capability to hook up to the water hose. So just in case our rain barrel runs out of water, I can hook it up to the water hose. If it's a extremely hot day in Georgia and I see my plants drying, I'll put it on the water hose and pump it from there. So moral of the story is the plants won't be without water. So here I'm just taking a 1/4 inch pin and puncturing the 3/4 inch drip line and plugging that drip line with this skinny 1/4 inch line. It's barb at the end of this small 1/4 inch line that goes into that 3/4 inch line, and it's really simple stuff, to be honest with you. Each of those plants have a dripper and a drip emitter going to them, and it's like a little stand that holds the drip emitter so it's not in the dirt. So each of these plants, and it's more behind me, more on the side. You guys really can't even see a real view of how big this garden is and how many plants back here. It's probably 120 plants back here maybe. And trying to water 120 plants gets very hard, and it gets very expensive. My water bill was crazy last year watering these plants and stuff. Here we have a beautiful cherry tree. We already got cherries that just put in the ground about a month or two ago. It's got cherries. We got 2 drippers dripping on that. I like to give my trees 2 drippers. They need a little bit, especially my fruit producing trees, they need a little bit more water. Tomatoes just blooming, tons of flowers going on already. And like I said, it's beginning of May. We're really not supposed to have tomatoes and blueberries this early, but raspberries. But when you garden right, you'll get an early harvest, then you'll get another harvest, and sometimes you can get 3 to 4 harvests. I've already harvested snap peas the other day. Got tomatoes coming on almost all of our tomato plants. Our potato plants right here growing. It's just a beautiful garden, man, really. This is the downspout Oakley water catcher, collects into the rain barrel, overflow drips to the second barrel. We hook our line up to these spigots, and I got a water pump that's gonna pump that water out of there, pump it all the way through. This is a water filter right here that gets all the dirt and extra sediments out, and it wraps all the way around from down the downspout. Wraps all the way around, goes all the way down my fence to the back of my garden. I like to put my water pump in this bucket because sometimes it drips, and I'll just collect the extra drip water and pour it back into the reservoir. I don't want to waste any rainwater. This is me just showing this drip line going along my black fence, and I got shut off valves throughout it, so I could cut the whole system off right here if I want to. This is a look at the garden. It's a small look, but yeah, we could cut off each of these rows individually if we want to. So if I want the top to get watered and not the bottom, I could do that. And I'm gonna go back in and get it aesthetically pretty once I finish planting all my plants, but I still have like 50 more plants that I need to plant. So once I get everything planted properly, I'll go back in and I'll mulch it and I'll get everything looking nice and pretty. I just want to get the use case out of it working properly. It doesn't make no sense to make it look pretty if you can't even grow plants on it. I'm getting everything set up now. This is like the blueprint for it, and everything's been growing amazing, man. Like, everything is green, nothing is dry and crispy. It's all organic nutrients, and it's just way easier. So stay tuned this year. You're gonna see this garden grow into something amazing in the next month. So if you like to grow, you're a gardener, check this page out. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna give you plenty of gardening tips this year. Thanks. Give me a subscribe, give me a comment if it's anything else you want.